الرحيم. While the Prophet ﷺ was migrating, he took some back roads, some paths that were not frequently used. And one of the reasons why they were not frequently used was that there were bandits and robbers on those paths. So the Prophet ﷺ took those paths, and at one place there were two bandits that were called al-muhanan by the people. Muhan means someone who is disgraced, belittled, lowered. And they were given this title because everyone cursed them, hated them, despised them, avoided the paths that they would walk on. So when Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam was passing through this area, he saw those men. And he struck up a conversation with them. He went and asked them that, who are you? They said, Nahnu al-muhanan. We are the two disgraced ones, the two cursed ones. So the Prophet ﷺ told them, no. Bal antuma al-mukraman. You are the two respectful ones. You are the two honorable ones. Now this was something that they had never heard of because everyone hated them and everyone always put them down. Who is this man who all of a sudden tells us that we are worthy of respect? Well, of course, every human being is worthy of respect. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given honor to Bani Adam. وَلَقَدْ كَرَمْنَا Bani Adam. So having said that, their mindset changed. And the Prophet ﷺ started giving them da'wah, and they both accepted Islam. In this da'wah, the first thing the Prophet ﷺ changed was the label that they were wearing. They were wearing this label of being people that everyone's going to hate, everyone is going to dislike because of what we do. But the Prophet ﷺ, by telling them that no, that's not who you are two honorable people, was telling them that no, you don't have to do what you're doing. You can in fact change what you're doing and deserve honor. Sometimes when someone is doing something bad, they feel like they have a reputation to live up to. A lot of people out there in the world of crime and gangs, they build a reputation of toughness, harshness, or cruelty. They don't care about anyone. They're fearless. They have no limits. So they build that reputation, and then they have to live up to that reputation. So one day, suddenly, if they start acting kindly, everyone's going to say, hey, what happened to you? Sometimes, in our own ways, we also start wearing these labels. Someone starts wearing a label of being naughty, and someone wears a label of being disruptive. Someone wears a label of being a rebel, and someone wears a label of being disrespectful, and other people will wear other labels. Everyone deep inside needs to be respected. It's a human need to be respected. Every creation wants to be respected. In fact, even animals demand a certain level of respect. So that's not going to change inside us. The question is how we will earn our respect. So what we may think is respect, we may think is people looking up to us, it's not necessarily respect. It's not respect. It could be that people are wowed by you for the moment. They're impressed, possibly, by your show of coolness or rebelliousness. But do they really respect you? Are you someone that they really look up to and want to be like for the rest of their lives? So sometimes it's important to ask ourselves what label we're wearing today. The du'as of the Prophet ﷺ teach us that we keep referring to ourselves. We keep making this affirmation that, oh Allah, I am your slave. Allahumma inni abduk wa ibnu abdik wa ibnu amatik. Allahumma anta rabbi la ilaha illa anta khalaqtani wa ana abduk. I'm just your slave. Oh Allah, I'm your slave. Oh Allah, I'm your slave. He's having us, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is having us say this so that we start that day with the right label. The label of being someone who submits to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And all these du'as that we're taught make us from the pious people. Make us from those who you love. Make us from those alladina an'amta alayhim, those that you have favored. So sometimes we need to change the label inside, and we'll find that we'll start acting differently. Second thing is, before we choose to follow someone, we also need to question what label they're wearing. How do they see themselves? How do they identify themselves? The Prophet ﷺ was given an option that if you want, you can be a king and a prophet. Malikan Nabiyan. If you want, you can be a king and a prophet. Aw abdan rasulan. Or if you want, you can be a slave and a messenger. So Jibreel alayhi salam came giving Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam this option, and in some ahadith the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam looked to Jibreel, said, Jibreel, which one should I choose? So he pointed downwards, stay humble. So Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, Bal abdan rasulan, I'm happy to be a slave and a prophet, I don't need to be a king. So through that slavery of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will be higher than any king from all of mankind on the Day of Judgment. So let's think about what labels we're wearing, and the people that we're following, what labels are they wearing? What labels are they showing and displaying to us? And it makes all the difference in what we do, who we follow, and what we become. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to make the right choices. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een.